Honorable Speaker, when Baba Raila Odinga wanted to run for the elections in 2022, he called a major rally, and I was present at that rally at Kasarani. He announced it himself that I would want to seek the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. When he wanted to run for this AUC position, Honorable Speaker, he himself called a press conference. I remember only seeing the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, there at that press conference. He told us with his own mouth that this is what he wants to do. Honorable Speaker, therefore, when Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. These people who have abrogated themselves the role of speaking for Raila Odinga and telling him, oh, we will look for a space to accommodate you. Baba has many roles. He's a party leader of ODM. He's a leader of opposition. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a grandfather. He is not idle. Baba is not idle. He has things to do. So please, these people, I have seen even some colleagues from this Senate coming up and proposing ridiculous things like amending a constitution just to look for a position for Raila. What do you mean? In fact, as the father of this constitution, it insults Raila greatly if you can stand up and say you are going to amend a constitution just to look for a seat for him. That is not what he fought for. That is not why he fought for this constitution, Honorable Speaker. And the leader of the country today is the one during the campaigns who told us that for a change, we must stop looking for positions for leaders. Let us start with the Mamamboga. Let us start with the Boda person. Let us start with other people, because all this time we have been talking about leaders. I want to say without fear of contradiction that if Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. All these people running around and saying, oh, we will look for this, we will look for that. How do you know? He's not interested. Has he told you he's interested? And he has a mouth for himself. Do you know, Honorable Speaker, that despite me being the SG of ODM, I do not speak for Raila. He has his spokespersons. He has his spokesperson. I speak for organs of the party for which he is a member. But I cannot speak for Raila Odinga because he has his own mouth. He has his spokespersons. So please, we feel insulted as members of ODM when people run around looking for small seats here and saying, oh, we want to propose him for this, want to propose him for that. It is entirely disrespectful to Raila Odinga for you to run around claiming that you are looking for a position to accommodate him. He is not idle, as I say. Honorable Speaker, I want to conclude by saying we are extremely proud of Raila Amolo Odinga. Some of us chose not to be emotionally invested in this particular campaign because, Honorable Speaker, we have been through painful moments. Some of us, I had been elected for the first time in 2022 as Senator of Nairobi. I never got opportunity to celebrate that win because my party leader had lost the most important position that we were looking to get. Honorable Speaker, we were depressed. When you see us here, we might appear in public like we are rocks. We are not. These things have an effect on us as people. We want to be left alone. We want to be left alone, Honorable Speaker, and we want people to respect our father. We want people to respect Raila Odinga, because every time you pick him up for your other charades like the ones that people are proposing here, when ultimately it doesn't work, it is the people who believe in him who bear the brunt of the pain. Those people are not there with us. In fact, these people proposing, some of these guys proposing things here, they are inwardly very happy and they want to drag Raila Odinga into another charade that is going nowhere. We want to tell the people of Kenya that it is only you are the ones with the power to determine the future of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Nobody has the right to tell anyone in this country to retire or to come out of politics. You are not the one who put him into politics. Allow Baba to make the decision himself. And Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, because my time is over, I want to read a quotation from Martin Luther King. This quotation hangs on the walls of Raila Odinga's office in Upper Hill. Honorable Senator Ed, please, if you can hand me my phone so that I don't move from here. Because there are people who have been threatening us, Honorable Speaker, that when we say these things, they think, oh, you are going to be kicked out from where? From what position? These positions are not permanent, Honorable Speaker. These positions are here today and tomorrow they are gone. Honorable Speaker, Raila Odinga has a very famous office at Capitol Hill in Nairobi. If you go into that office, there's a quotation from Martin Luther King that hangs on his wall. And it goes like this: you may be 38 years old as I happen to be, and one day some great opportunity stands before you and calls you to stand up for some great principle, some great issue, some great cause, and you refuse to do it because you are afraid. You refuse to do it because you want to live longer. you are afraid that you will lose your job, or you are afraid that you will be criticized, or that you will lose your popularity, or you are afraid that somebody will stab you or shoot you or bomb your house. So you refuse to take the stand. Well, you may go on and live until you're 90, but you are just as dead at 38 as you would be at 90. And the cessation of breathing in your life is but the belated announcement of an earlier death of the spirit. Honorable Speaker, those people who have been wagging this AU thing on our faces and gagging us, that thing has now been taken. We are unshackled. We are going to speak. I thank you.
We need a peaceful Africa to ensure we have trade. And the only person who could bring experience, who knows the dynamics of Africa, the true son of Pan-Africanism was Raila Odinga. I still insist African Union lost the best. Despite that His Excellency Ali Mausuf won. Winning in an election does not mean you are competent. It means you have just won. But it doesn't mean that you are bringing the best on the table, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Raila Odinga, with so many years that he has fought for rule of democracy, human rights, devolution, the new constitution, the track record was well-decorated CV that could transform this country, Mr. Speaker. And Raila Odinga has been one of the few leaders who is not tribal. If you see at the voting pattern, in many elections he has contested in this country, he has gotten the votes from across the country, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, we need to ensure. Mr. Speaker, the third point I wanted to make, I think it is now the right time to fully implement the NADCO report, the National Dialogue Report, Mr. Speaker. Raila Odinga has huge and well-decorated track record of fighting for democracy, rule of law. When Raila Odinga was fighting the previous regime, some of the people who are in opposition, Mr. Speaker, who are now correcting messes, were in that government that were pursuing even abuses of human rights, and they want to lecture us about, Mr. Speaker, how a country should be run. When Raila Odinga was fighting for this constitution, rule of law, democracy, some of the people who are correcting him, Mr. Speaker, who are fighting him now, were in that system, Mr. Speaker, the KANU system, Mr. Speaker. So therefore, when Raila Odinga comes, we can use him. He has huge, he's an elder statesman, Mr. Speaker, and the full implementation of NADCO, we must make Raila Odinga the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. Even the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Prime Cabinet Minister, he must, Mr. Speaker, be given that position to assist in expanding, deepening, and widening the broad-based government and stability of this country, Mr. Speaker. We have even started, Mr. Speaker, we have even started even broad-based within Parliament.
Senator Methu, what's your point of order?
Of course, I would not have wanted to interrupt the good senator from Nandi, but I'm standing on Standing Order 105, responsibility of statement of fact. May I know, because I have read the NADCO report page by page to the last page, which of the recommendations of the NADCO report he bases his argument that Raila Odinga is the one that will become the Prime Minister? Because our position of the Prime Minister will be there, but there is nowhere in the NADCO report that it proposes the Honorable Raila Odinga. And actually, I don't think the NADCO report was formulated to assimilate and have Raila Odinga join government. It is actually demeaning the position of Raila Odinga to say that the whole NADCO report is just about creating a position for him. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish that you direct this and find the senator out of order for insinuating that the NADCO report has a clause that proposes that Raila Odinga, the person, becomes the Prime Minister.
Very well, Senator Cherargei. I think you've understood the question.
Yes, I've understood. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for seeing you today in the morning. Mr. Speaker, as I encourage, and after this I will buy an air comp for my brother, Senator Methu, I agree. In fact, he has answered himself by insinuating. I didn't say the NADCO report has the name Raila Odinga. As a leader, I believe Raila Odinga should serve this nation in any capacity. And in my own opinion, as the senator of Nandi, I feel he should be given the position of Prime Minister. We need to expand and fully implement the National Dialogue Committee report. We are already doing broad-based. We are now in this across the aisle. We are exchanging chairs within Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I want to insist, even as we move forward, as we broaden the engagement of broad-based government, The Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Mr. Speaker, has the history of this country. He has a track record of rule of law. He has served as a prime minister before. There is nothing unique, Mr. Even as we push to amend the constitution in Article 257 or 256, either by popular or parliamentary initiative of the Constitution 2010, he can serve at the moment as the Prime Cabinet Secretary as we reorganize the government going into the future, Mr. Speaker. Even Senator, it is free, my brother Senator Methu, and he knows I have tremendous respect and we respect each other. We are even pushing for an enactment of official opposition leader. So as they fight in his formation, Mr. Speaker, I'm telling them there is already a seat where the people like Wajakoya, people like Alonzo Mushoka, people like and the rest who will lose in 2027 after William Ruto is re-elected by the support of Baba, they will be automatically will finance them. We'll give them an office, we'll give them official cars, we'll ensure they sit either in the Senate and National Assembly. And that is the NADCO report that we are proposing, Mr. Speaker. So no one will lose. We hate to see people who are so losers who are shouting in centers, funerals. We want them to stop talking from funerals. We want them to come to the floor of the House and critique the government. And I want to assure you, with the support of Raila Amolo Odinga, William Ruto will be elected by over 80% for his re-election. In 2032, people like Eddie, tunaweza anza kujipanga at that level, Mr. Speaker. So I want to say in conclusion, because I've seen my time is spent, Mr. Speaker, let us have an open mind. This nation, the young people sitting at your gallery, need the guidance and leadership of this. We must agree as a nation. We want a nation. When you go here to Tanzania, they don't care which tribe you come from. You are a Chaga, you are a Sogoma, you are a Maasai. They don't care who you are. They will only elect you because you are competent, Mr. Speaker. So we need to encourage as a nation. Let us have a tribeless leadership, Mr. Speaker. And I want to encourage the minority side led by Senator Ledama. Even as we engage on broad-based, you must clean your house. We cannot be saying we are broad-based, yet we have people who are opposing the broad-based within yourself, Mr. Speaker. And I know you know the person you are seated next to you on your right, Mr. Speaker. It is better to give that seat to Senator Hedi and other people, Mr. Speaker, so that you can have a one united front. Let us release people like Senator Wambua to go and oppose government freely instead of opposing government within. This is a broad-based government. May it long live under the leadership of William Ruto and Raila Odinga. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support and I thank you.